that was a tough one. They're hard to play against because they're so athletic defensively, moving around, matchup zone, tempo press, long possessions, ball screens, quick guards. Again, I think defensively was the answer for us. We weren't in the best of offensive rhythms, and I think you got to give Fairleigh Dickinson credit for that. But we defended well enough to not get bit tonight. And if you look at some of the scores around the country today of teams that won in the ACC Big East Challenge, 4 of them took a bullet. Obviously, Michigan, Georgia Tech, Miami, and Purdue. And I mentioned that to our team at pregame meal. So I think, again, the area where we've grown has showed up tonight. Offense isn't going great, not making shots. We're able to guard. We're able to go back and be mentally tough enough to still defend. I think we had 8 straight stops to start the game. So, I'm pleased with today, and we'll keep moving forward.
As wacky as this weekend's been, I mean, even last night, Connecticut loses
Yeah.
to Yale.
Oh, yeah.
Georgia Tech lost today to South Carolina upstate. When you see those scores, does that?
I get tighter. I get tight as a drum. And then the kicker was when I got in my car, I looked out and there's a full moon too. So then I was really wacky, thinking, uh-oh. So yeah, I mean, I told our guys and actually got on them before the game, but again, the area where we've gotten better is we can defend when offense isn't going as nice as we'd like it to go.
Talk about Zach and his performance. Obviously, he didn't have a great one in the last game. Talk about his maturation.
Needed a big bounce back night, and one of the things I told him before the game was I said, be the leading rebounder. That's a great way to bounce back. And for him to get 11 rebounds, I thought he really tried to digest that. Made some strong moves around the bucket. He didn't shoot any fadeaways. We're going to keep those out of the repertoire. He's strong around the bucket, and he was active, but he was active getting the ball off the backboard on both ends. And that's what the first thing he can really do for us. I thought Burgett needed to kind of bounce back a little bit too. Our juniors needed to bounce back a little bit, and I thought they both did.
McDonald got your attention the other night. He had 29. What'd you guys do with him tonight?
Well, Steve Vastoria. I mean, the guy is so solid. He's always like the 4th guy we talk about. And he is one heck of a basketball player. He's so reliable defensively, whether he's guarding the ball or helping. The charge the other night may have been one of the biggest plays of the night. The one thing we talked to him about before the Michigan State game was to attack more and look to score and be more aggressive offensively, not just as safe. And, he's been double figures, I think. This is 2 games. And we need him to do that because when he does get in there, he gets fouled and he makes free throws. But I thought his defense and his driving gave us the spurt right before halftime to get it to 10.
Has he always been willing to be a driver, or is that something that you've had to
No, he's always been able to put it on the floor and get in there. I think he's been reluctant to go all the way and maybe try and draw fouls. And Coach Inglesby worked with him a bunch on Monday and Tuesday about, doing that more. Go ahead and get in there and make some plays. And again, I thought his drives kind of got everybody driving. Once he drove a couple times, then Jaron did, then Demetrius did.
You said you got on him before the game. Did you see something or sense something that they were maybe a
Nope.
little too loose?
Nope, not at all. It was just, I just don't want to assume. And, I just wanted to use examples of teams that, the 4 examples, teams won the challenge game, were told, hey, man, what a great week, and then couldn't deliver today. And just to kind of get the antennas up more.
You said something that pulled Matt Fairleigh aside before the game. Did you know he was going to get in there?
Well, yeah, I was thinking about him. I just told him before the game. I was thinking about him because, with BJ down, we got all those forwards, and just another perimeter player. I just wanted to look at that. Now, it also was a pretty good matchup because they're really small and they were playing kind of 4 guards, but just wanted to get in there because maybe we need him on the floor some. The one thing he can do is he is a shot maker. He's another shot maker for us, and that's what VJ gave for us. So I just we got a log jam of forwards just to want to get a guard in there and evaluate. And I think we got to keep looking at it this week.
A couple of the guys said last year that they may have overlooked some teams like a Mount St. Mary's coming up, especially with a Florida State on the back end of that. How do you make
Yeah,
Do you even think that's a?
yeah, I'm not as concerned about that. I think this, this is, we've been kind of a poor team, and, who are we to look past anybody? I think Connaughton and Grant and Jackson have a great tone of leadership. The one thing that's becoming clear is Demetrius Jackson's becoming more of a voice and a leader with each week, and that's a good thing.
With Zach, you mentioned that his teammates got on a little bit, were encouraging him. What did they say to him over the last couple of days to pick him up or motivate him?
Probably, to just keep it simple, with shot selection and to rebound the basketball. This group is, again, we've been together so much, and they're good about helping each other out. It was something we attacked this summer, but I think Jaron and Pat going to him. Torres is good with Zach, and vice versa. Those two guys, they love to argue and get on each other, but they also are pretty good at picking each other up in the heat of battle. The one thing that was great about Zach the other night against Michigan State, he was an unbelievable cheerleader on the bench. I mean, he was into it, and he had a tough. He was cheering for Torres. He was really happy for him. It's really awesome to see.
What are your points of emphasis now as you get into you've got Florida State and then a few more developmental games, I don't know what you'd call them, but I call them developmental games, and then the conference season full time. At this point in the season, with the advancements you've made, what's left on the table that you want to still improve?
Well, I just not having slippage defensively, staying on that, keeping that in the forefront. Trying to improve as a defensive rebounding team. I think that's an area that we're going to always have to look at. What forwards are we using off the bench? That could be by committee. And what do we do with another guard? Does Matt Farrell come in sometimes? I think those are things we have to look at here, up until Christmas. And the nice thing is we've got a couple days of practice, another game before we play a league game. It's a busy time for us starting on Monday too, though, for our guys, because the last week of school and then into exams is really intense around here. So, we got to get kind of locked in and finish the semester well academically as well. Thanks, guys. See you Tuesday.